Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with us. I'm so excited. Oh, Prof is watching. Hello, Prof. And my sister as well. Good to see you, FDK. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm pretty excited. We'll give it a few more minutes and then we'll get started. I'll share the vision, and while we're waiting, oh, Sister Anna, welcome, welcome, Hannah. Welcome, Hannah. It's good to have you here. Good to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining us. Please share it on Facebook. Some people are finding it difficult to get on. Hannah Babs, Anna T, you're welcome. It's great to have you here. Some people are struggling to get on, so I'm going to do a few technical things. Right, so this afternoon we're going to kick off with looking at all the things that surround this generation. We're going to look at an overview of the generation. We're going to look at communication, and we're also going to talk about values, and then we will look at the clash of culture and faith. Wow, so that's what we're going to do this afternoon. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to an amazing time. I'm just going to ask if someone could post the link. I know there are a couple of people struggling to get on. So just give me a few minutes and let me see if I can sort that out. And in 2 or 3 minutes, we'll get started. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll get started in a few minutes. We'll just wait for welcome. Welcome, Adara. Good to have you there. Thank you, thank you. Great. We're in for an amazing time. Wow, we just wait. Just keep typing. What are you grateful for? What do you hope to learn from this summit? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Wow. Good afternoon. Hello, my sis Kiki. Great to have you. Great to have you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Hey, sis. Sister Bridget, how are you? What are you grateful for? Can you tell us what you're grateful for? Please type in the chat. What would you like to take away from this summit? Good afternoon. Welcome. Great to have you here. Wow. Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes while we just sort out a couple of more people, and we will get going. We'll get going double quick. Bridget is grateful for a lovely family and friends. Wow. Adara is grateful for a positive change that would start in this summit. Absolutely. Bukola is grateful for peace and the ability to rest in him. Hannah is grateful for life and health. Olake is grateful for God's favor. Wow. We're grateful. We're so grateful. Grateful, grateful, grateful. Wow. All right. I think we are set to get going. We're set to get going. We're set to get going. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. I'm just going to get going now. Just was trying to sort out a couple of technical issues. Right, let's get going. Where is my screen? Yay! Right. Right. I would like to share with you the vision for this summit. Right. I am a lover of everything young people. Okay. And how did we get started? The vision for the conference is to bring parents together, to inspire, to empower, and to encourage ourselves on the journey of parenting at a really challenging season. You would agree with me that the 21st century is probably the most challenging so far in bringing up children. And at Futures Coaching, we are passionate about young people. We are passionate to make sure that they grow up healthy and strong, that they attain purpose, that whatever they do, you know, they're balanced. So at Futures Coaching, we want to support parents. We want to understand these teenagers. We want to develop the skills that will help us navigate, you know, this parenting season. And my favorite catchphrase is that our children will arrive at destiny on time and equipped. You know, they need to be at destiny and they need to be equipped. And I know that our greatest desire is that our children become productive and valued citizens. And believe it or not, our greatest fear is that we will fail as parents. And you know, because we're trying our best anyway, but you know, there's always that feeling, you always get that feeling that, oh, I hope I'm doing right. I hope things are right. But here we are, learning together, forming a community to decide that, yes, we've got something to give to this generation, and we will do it. So by the end of the summit, I hope that you will leave with a greater understanding of the 21st century culture for the teens. I hope you'll be able to leave with practical tips and tools to help you diffuse the tension and ensure clear communication. I hope that by the end of this summit, you would leave with a reassurance that you're not alone. Trust me, you're not alone. I've been there, I'm still there, and it's not an easy journey, but we can do it. We can do it. Absolutely, we can do it. So we're here, like-minded parents, okay? Looking at parenting, trying to make the most of it. Now, parenting is influence, particularly for Generation Z. It's a tough job, you'll agree with me, because they don't come with a user manual, do they? Okay, right. It's a job we're not trained to do, but yet we're expected to produce outstanding results. But we do our best anyway. Instinctively, God has given us that grace. Okay, the terrain today is hostile. It's tricky, but we're here to break into new trends. We're here to get the skills to help us maneuver into this mire. Sometimes it's really hard. It's really hard. So wise perception is important. With perception, we become aware. Okay, it helps us to understand. It helps us to be cautious. It helps us to be competent and to be cautious and to wise up to identify all those things that we need. so that we can become productive parents, so that we can look at what we can have a high yield. We can be innovative in our approach to parenting. And I hope that, by the time we're done with this summit, we will be equipped. And every day is a new day to learn. So if we're not there, we're trying our best. So we're here to help us get back on track, to be laser focused, to help us to be organized, to remember that we are actually doing good, that we're actually doing good. So good to have you here. So good to have you here. And I'm just going to jump into my slides in a minute, okay? I am going to quickly look at the 21st century culture that our teens are living in, okay? Now, I just wanted to say, if you do have a question during the sessions, please type your questions. I'll remind you when to type your questions towards the end of each speaker's session, so we can look at the questions and be able to answer them. Okay, so let's jump in and have fun. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Welcome everybody that's just joining us. We're going to have an amazing time, amazing time this afternoon. So we are looking at the 21st century teen. Just give me a minute while I slideshow from the beginning. Right, the 21st century teen. Right, understanding Gen Z culture. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to redo that. Share screen. Technical issues, 1 minute. Okay. Please enter view. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see? If you can see my slides. One minute. Just sorting out some issues. Okay. Please give me a thumbs up if you can see my slides. Oh, thank you, Amaka. Thank you, Amaka. And thank you. Right, understanding Gen Z culture. Right, let's go. Right, generations. The people use generations too. Thank you, Fadike. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Kiki. Right, so generations are a way for researchers to see how people are coming out of age, okay? So during a certain period, what are the technological advancements? What are the historical advancements? And these things actually, they shape the way people see the world. That's why generations are important. Just to check, what generation are you? We're talking about Gen Z, okay? Born between 1995 and 2015. The millennials, Gen X, the baby boomers, which one are you? Can you see that slide now? Which gen do you belong to? I want to ask you to type that in the comments. Okay, right, so we're here to talk about Gen Z, okay? A very peculiar and lovely group of children. Oh, you're millennial. Well, oh, great, amazing. Okay, I'm Gen X, okay? And our parents were the baby boomers, okay? So we are just classified according to when we were born. Gen X as well. Funke is Gen X. Lorraine is Gen X, like me. Bridget is Gen X. Kiki is Gen X. Wow. Can you see why we're all here together? Because we're Gen X. Whoa, 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 whoa. So the X trying to understand the Z. We'll get there. Amaka is Gen X as well. Wow. Amazing. So lots of Gen X's. You can see how much we've got in common. Right. So this special Gen Z, what's different about them? There is a millennial. Yes. Right. Gen Z is the newest generation to be named. They were born between 1995 and 2015. I can see some more millennials and Gen X's. They are currently between 5 and 25 years old. Okay. I'm going to have to, sorry, what am I doing wrong? Okay. Right, so what's so different about Gen Z culture? Because there's something about this culture that we don't understand, okay? What's so different? Why are we so interested in learning about them? Why is it so different? Why is parenting them so different and so tricky? Okay, let's get going. Number one, overexposure to everything, to images and to words. And this exposure makes a lasting impression. It numbs their senses, instills new ideas. You would see that, you know, the things you didn't even think about when you were a child, your children already know. It's called information bombardment, and it's happening at such a rate that they're exposed to everything imaginable. Can you think of what they haven't seen? I mean, they spend about 10 hours a day in front of the computer screen or the telephone or a reader or a tablet, okay? They're accessing videos, they're visiting the internet sites, they're communicating with their peers, you know, they're listening to music, they're video chatting. So they're exposed to so many things. They're playing, yes, they're the technology kids. Yeah, they are. So you can imagine when you were young, you played outside, you climbed trees, you played hide and seek. Now they sit at their computers or their phones all day. So, and this exposure to images leaves a lasting impression. It numbs their senses. It just gives them so many different ideas. Okay, so what else is different about them? And because of the fact that they have access to all of this, pornography has flourished. The culture is permissive. So the kind of images that are accessible to this generation, it will make your grandmother, you know, quake to her bones. Okay, and it has an amazing appeal for them, you know, because they're so disconnected. There's a, you know, the girls who's so spending so much time on her phone. If somebody pays her some attention, she'll just think, oh yeah, yeah, oh, and she'll be impressed. So imagery plays a big role in the life of our teens. And seductiveness, sensuality, it just happens to be one of the ways in which they, you know, they play out these things. So this is important. They are overexposed. We need to remember that because we tend to forget some of these things and it does affect us. Okay, what else? There's a lack of connection. Okay, every hour they spend in front of the of a screen, it's an hour or a time they've lost from connecting with other people. Okay, so what does that result in? There's a lack of genuine development of relationships. Oh yeah, Avaka, we use those tins of milk attached to listen to, you know, Oh, look at that. That's a good reminder. Tente. Oh, great. So, but there's a lack of genuine connection with this generation that we're bringing up. Okay, so lack of connection leads to a focus on appearance. You know, they want to look good. They want to perform. They want everybody to notice that, you know, that they're doing good. Okay, so their social interaction is limited. It's so limited to all this chatting, online. You know, it limits the amount of interaction they can have with people. Okay, there's less face-to-face conversations. No wonder they don't want to speak to you, because they're just not used to speaking. Okay, and there's a willingness in them to to go over the edge, to do things that they shouldn't really be doing. Okay, but really what they're crying out for is, listen to me. I want someone to hear me. Okay, so disconnect is created. Yes, they're emotionally detached from human interaction. That's what the screen does to you. They're not used to talking to people. So this is what we're dealing with. There's a great disconnect. It just makes them go into this comparison mindset. They want to compare themselves to other people. They want to, they want to make sure that, they are better than this, or they're like this, or they're like that. So it makes them in their room constantly. Absolutely. This, you can see that there's an emphasis on appearance. They know all the designers. They know all the labels. And once something is new, they want to have it. Okay? So there's an emphasis on challenges. They want on performance. The ones who are not going on the extreme of fashion, they are going on the extreme of, oh, I must study and I must be the best. So there's a lot of anxiety, and there's mental health challenges. I don't remember us having that many when we were young, but this is what this generation is battling with. This is what we've got on our hands. Okay, lack of real connection. Respect. I'm sure some people will be nodding their heads now. Respect. They don't give you respect unless it's earned. A lot of us will complain. I do. Emotional intelligence. We will talk a bit about a lot of these things, okay, in the course of this summit. They don't give you respect unless it's earned, okay, because they feel that they understand what they're doing. So therefore, I mean, when you were growing up, you knew how to give respect. It didn't matter. Your mom or dad will say to you, it doesn't matter what the person said. You still have to respect them. But these ones will tell you that I don't see why I should do that. So respect for them has to be earned, okay? And for them, they see the bad before they see the good. So they're always pointing out to you, this is wrong. Oh, that is wrong. Why are you doing that? So no wonder you think, why are they so negative? Because they're always criticizing everything. They're always looking for loopholes. That's the culture in which the children are growing up in. Okay? Yes, Bukola, they say, yeah, earning is a big deal for them. You have to earn the respect. Okay? They don't want to know who you are. And unfortunately, we say, oh, but I didn't bring him up like that. But they're growing in a culture. They're growing inside a culture. That's what we need to remember. Okay, that's what we need to remember. Of course, a false sense of independence. They are resilient. Yes, we will get to that. They feel, yes, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. So they see the bad before the good. So they will criticize you. They'll tell you that's wrong. That's not right. They are very politically correct. Okay. Right, so this is where we are, the culture. Now, they are also living in an era of loss of gender differences. You see, no matter what we say, no matter how we brought them up, there's alternative lifestyles out here, alternative ways of thinking. It's prevalent, it's promoted, it's publicized, and it's permissible. So if there's so many other voices speaking, and mom and dad, and probably their friends and uncles and aunties are the only ones saying, well, I'm not really sure about that. How hard is it for them to hear because of all the other noise that's going on in the background? You know? So yeah. So this is the culture our children are growing up in. This is the culture they're growing up in. Okay? Alternative lifestyles, they're permissible, they're publicized, and then the children are just there, right in the middle of it. Okay? What about morals? Think about what it was. I mean, our parents thought our morals were terrible, but look at the morals today. What they believe in this generation is that what's right doesn't hurt anyone. Okay? They believe that if it's right, it doesn't hurt anyone. Okay? They are ethnically diverse. Look at them. Your children probably have friends from every strand of life. You aren't like that. They're exposed to different cultures. They're exposed to different beliefs. Most of us would have grown up in the faith of our parents, whereas these children are looking at diverse faiths. They're learning about these faiths. They're learning that things are different, right? And they see the truth as relative. They think, oh, well, you might think that's true. I don't really believe it's true, okay? And if you tell them anything, you better have your evidence. Because they'll ask you, they'll say, how can you prove that? I'm sure you can remember some of those discussions and arguments that you've had. They'll say, oh, mom, how can you prove that? How can you prove that's true? Okay, so they require evidence. They want to see your evidence. We also need to think about the fact. Yeah, why? Are you not constantly bombarded with why? You tell them something, the next thing they say is why. Okay? So this is the generation we're bringing up. Okay? They are so diverse. They are so different. They're so different. Okay? They're living in constant uncertainty. I mean, I thought about this growing up. I heard about one war, the war in Lebanon. Yes, seeing is believing. There was only one war I could remember. Lebanon, Beirut. I remember that. Now, they are living in constant uncertainty. They're hearing about wars. They're hearing about bombing. They're hearing about um, terrorist attack. I actually remember the day of the attack on the Twin Towers in America 20 years ago, maybe 19 years ago. My son was a baby. And from then on, all you hear is one bombing here and another one there. It's somebody attacking one nation and another nation attacking another nation. So they're living in constant uncertainty. Okay, turn on the news. What do you hear? It's flood. It's fire. It's tsunami. It's protect the climate. So this is the generation that we're bringing up. Okay, so their response to the uncertainty is either I'll take control, okay, and make sure that some things are certain in my life. So you have some of them like that. You know, they're on the ball. They just want everything to be right. But some of them are on the other extreme. They just give up and live life behaving recklessly, not thinking about the consequences. They are responding or they're reacting to the environment. They're reacting to the culture that is bringing them up. So this is the generation. Think about it. Think about the uncertainties that are here every day. We take it in our stride. How are they coping with it? Two ways. Take control, keep focused, or it doesn't matter. We don't know when the world will end. So this is where we are. Where we are. Oh yes, Samaka. We're not adventurous at all. No, forget it. Look at all the amusement park rides. Can you imagine? Can you imagine your mom seeing you on those things? Oh, wow. That's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. So they are living in such uncertainty. They are living in such a different culture. But they do have their strengths. They do have their strengths. And we're quickly going to look at their strengths. What are the strengths of this generation? They are independent. They are independent and they are very competitive. Okay? They want to make sure that, you know, whatever it is they're doing, they want it to be the best. But interestingly, they want to make a difference in the world. They want to have a purpose in life and they value authenticity. Oh my goodness. I can't remember how often I've heard from teenagers, he's so fake. I'm sure you've heard that from your teenager. And, you know, they will, certain adults they won't speak to, certain, you know, authority figures, they kind of turn their nose up at because they can smell it. They can decipher straight away if you're not authentic. So they have those strengths. They have those strengths. They also value financial independence. Oh my goodness. You know, recently I did a survey and I was asking, you know, young people what sort of topics they would like to learn about. I think more than 70% of them chose financial, it's money and what was the other thing? And investments. So when I found this fact, I was like, yes, that is really true. They value financial independence. They are interested in money. Actually, research shows that they are prone to have bank accounts and to keep them more than any other generation. They have an entrepreneur focus. They like to, you know, they like to do business. They like to understand how to increase income and how to make things happen. They're very pragmatic. They want you to go straight to the point. They don't want to beat about the bush. They don't want to hear all, just go straight to the point, tell them exactly what it is, and they're fine. They value relationships. Their relationships are very important to them. Does your child or your son or daughter have a friend that you don't like and you've made it known that you don't like that friend? What is the response? What is the response? They are very, very defensive of their friends. They want to keep their relationships. They love people and they celebrate differences. They want every person to have a place. You can see the influence of the culture in the things they like. Okay? They don't see anything different in what other people are doing. Okay, they are self-starters. You can find out that a lot of them want to do business. They want to make money. They want to find creative ways of educating themselves. They're always on YouTube. I know my daughter listens to lessons on YouTube. I know my son learns how to drum on YouTube. So they are very creative. My daughter's done my makeup this morning. She's learned. She's learned from watching YouTube. I'm rubbish at doing makeup, but there she is. She's learned it, and she's doing it for me. Absolutely, I agree with you. A blessing. Like, they don't like anybody to look down on their parents. Yeah, they're very, very, very. What's the word I'm looking for? They're very protective of whatever is theirs. Okay, they dislike hypocrisy. I've said that already. They like authenticity. They are unwilling to go along with institutions because it is perceived authority. So if they would argue with you about, oh, why would I, why do we do that in church? Well, why do you do that? Why? So, so they are like that. So they are always questioning authority. They're always questioning, what's going on. Okay. So if they feel, so that's why sometimes we have a lot of issues with school, because if they perceive that the authority is not real, is not right, it's not giving them what they want, they're not happy, and they'll fight back. Okay, right. So I'm rounding up. They want to see evidence before accepting truth. We talked about that. They want the evidence. They want the evidence. Tell me, show me. Okay. Their empathy can overwhelm their sense. The empathy can overwhelm their sense of morality. Okay, so they like their friends so much, they justify things. They justify that, oh yeah, well, why not? Why not? Or just they overlook a lot of things. Okay, they don't like to make judgments, especially about another person. I can't count how many times my children have said to me, "Oh, mom, that's judgmental. Mom, that's racist. Mom, that's what's the other one? Can't even remember. That's judgmental. That's racist, or that's sexist. That's the other one." Okay. They are the first truly post-Christian generation. Okay, so they are really at the end of 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 uh, of the stick. So yeah, so what can we do? What can we do? What can we do to help this generation? We can be ourselves. Okay, we can be there for them. They need their opinions respected. Yes, looking sexists. They love their assertiveness. Okay, so what can we do? That's why we're here, to learn. We want to learn. They will tell you you don't even know them. Absolutely. Oh, mom, you don't even know me. But what are you saying? Mom, you don't even understand. You know, the assertiveness, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So we are bringing up an amazing generation. And yeah, what can we do to help them? We can pay attention and listen. I agree with you. We can pay attention and listen. They need, do you know how many times they tell you you're not listening? Mom, you're not listening. Mom, you're not listening. So we need to be the listening ears. Oh my God, yes, 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 yes. Yes, no, absolutely not. That doesn't work anymore. Yeah, it worked for us. We were a different generation. Be there for them. Be the listening ear. And you know what? You are the best, best person for your child. Okay, you are the best person for this job. Be confident. Be confident of that. You be open, yes, because they value authenticity. We need to be open. We need to allow them to talk. We need to, we don't need to shut them down. Even when we disagree with them, we don't have to shut them down. Okay, we can say, I disagree with you. This is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. They appreciate that. Okay, be open, be open. That's where we are with Gen Z. Okay, with Gen Z, we're here and we're here to learn. So be there for them, be open, okay? And the less shouting we do, the better for us. I know someone is smiling, okay? The less shouting we do, the easier it is for us, okay? Okay? The discussion is the only way forward. Oh, forget it, absolutely. When they speak so quickly, okay? And then by the time you say, sorry, what did you say? Pardon, what did you say? The next thing they'll say is, oh, forget it, forget it. Absolutely, they can push us, they can push us. But that's why we're here. That's why we're here, okay? So we're here to learn how to respond and to stop reacting. You see, we were able to get through the reacting because a lot of our parents were reactors. But we can't bring up this generation as reactors. We have to be responders. Okay? A responder will stop and pause before they give they give their opinion. Whereas if you react, you're on your own. Okay. When you shout, the joke is on you. Absolutely, absolutely. And the interesting thing, they'll give you the nods. They'll tell you what you want to hear, and they'll just basically, you know, just shut you out. Okay. Wow. So that's an overview. Sis Funke, it's difficult not to shout. No shouting zone. No shouting zone. Okay, right. So we'll sort out those who are waiting to be accepted in the group. If you are on the Facebook group, could you please admit people into the group? I don't know what's going on. People are struggling to get onto the group. Right, so that's an overview of Gen Z. In a couple of minutes at 1 o'clock, we're going to have Ivy Ukwepena joining us, okay? I'm going to let her in. She's already in here waiting. So just 1 minute while we're sorting out those who are trying to get on the Facebook group. Let me see if I can make some other people admins on the group, okay?